So here's the way we're going to do it. I am going to welcome us all in. I'll say something. This is the new episode of, or this is like a breakdown. What do you want to call this, Justin?
I was going to say a season 1 wrap.
Okay, all right, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, hold on. I have to rhyme something with Tank F.
There once was a tank from Nantucket.
He sat down and he said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I was gonna something fucking.
No,
Yep.
Have you gotten to Tank F yet, Chris?
What?
Have you gotten to Tank F?
What is Tank F?
Well, that was one heck of a season, if I do say so myself, and I do because I was basically the god of this game. If you're just tuning in, you probably should listen to the show. If not, welcome back to Mech-Reign. This is our Season 1 wrap-up. Obviously, I'm Mitch. You have found us here on the Storm Gaming Alliance podcast network, and I am joined today by Justin and Hajime and Isabel and Ricky and Rob. Some of them have real names. So, before we get too into things today, I would like to introduce a new member of the team who's going to be joining us for Season 2. Chris, why don't you say hello?
Hi, everyone. My name is Chris. I am new to Mech-Reign Season 2. I know most of these people outside of D&D, and I'm joining in to cause some chaos.
Oh, good, because we didn't have enough of that.
Oh, you're just mad because you're a mad scientist.
I'm not. I'm an angry scientist. There's a difference.
You're
I don't think there is.
You're like
mad.
a disgruntled lab assistant.
Oh, you will go great with my duct tape engineer. It'll be so great.
All right, so anyway, the whole point of this episode is we're just kind of going to talk about the season and answer some questions, things that have gone on, get feedback from the cast and crew here. So, let's start. Do you have any world building or lore questions that didn't seem too fleshed out for me?
We just going down the list, or?
Whoever wants to talk, whoever's got anything.
I got mine. I do have one main question that we never really covered. Why was there a constant storm on the planet, and was that supposed to be more part of the story than it ended up being?
So the reason that there was a constant storm is because I did research, and that's kind of the way the weather would behave if the moon actually exploded above us, where it would just be ridiculous gale force winds and rising tides and, hurricanes, and the weather patterns would be all out of whack.
Okay, cool. I was wondering because, I know, a bunch of times in D&D, sometimes you skip over a story point because it doesn't make sense to interject it at that time. So I wasn't sure if there was, a bigger thing to it or not.
No, it was...
I fully just thought it was just because it was dramatic.
Well,
also, yes.
It was dramatic, but no, it was mostly because of the way the weather would have actually reacted.
Oh, neato.
Yeah.
Figured this out by himself. Goes, yeah, science, bitch.
Dude, I feel like...
Sorry, I talked over Justin. Justin, how about you? What do you got for me?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like I was on a call with you when you figured that out because we were working on the the cover art for the show, and that's why it's raining in the cover of the main art for the show. And yeah, dude, so when Rob said, I was like, oh, was that not brought up? Because that was before day one, it's like, oh yeah, it's raining because there isn't a moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those
And
of
the
you
background.
who watch or listen to podcasts and don't actually read the title, rain is spelled R-E-I-G-N.
Yeah, not raining robots.
It's not like chocolate rain.
In my original notes, it says rain.
Actually, I think my first recording save, it says it's spelled rain like the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, cloudy with a chance of robots, season 2.
Oh God. No, and I always thought appreciated in the background of the intro music too. You can hear the storm, which I thought was cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my little contribution there. I mean, Justin is the one that put together all of the music for the show,
Which is awesome.
I just kind of hit him with a vibe of something that I was feeling and digging at the time, and I'm glad that it kind of worked out.
Dude, I gotta say that intro,
really
that has
cool.
to be one of the best things I've recorded. Like, I just love that
Space
intro.
Western.
Super cool.
Might be a little biased, but
I don't even skip it. Like when I
No,
listen
no,
to shows.
I'm a big fan of the intro song.
I do catch myself humming it every once in a while at work.
Yes.
dude, maybe cool. Like, I don't think anyone. Yeah, I'm sure no one's heard like the full, besides you guys, like heard the full theme song because it's chopped up like in the beginning and the end. Like I only use clips of it, so maybe that'd be kind of cool to
Yeah.
upload. So
I really like the
sure.
part at the end where it goes, wow, wow, giant fucking robots.
oh yeah. That
Well,
was
now
another
that
one of your
has to be in
contributions.
there. Justin, I'll send you voice samples.
Oh, excellent, thank you.
Don't.
So, Hajime, how about you? How about some lore questions? Since you kind of took a rather central like character slot here that I didn't
Yeah, no, I
necessarily
did not mean to do that.
No, I didn't see that coming, and I'm really glad that it kind of worked out. You were a very cool character to have play in one of my games.
Yeah, when you explained at least the base premise of it, and we got through that first finding the robot black box brain, I was like, oh god, there's so many anime I know about this. I hope I could use this knowledge with good rolls. Hi, yeet. And it did or didn't work. But as far as a question for lore is concerned, this other race.
Yeah.
Like, I know I don't want to get into too much detail. We haven't beat them or figured a darn thing out about them yet. But, like, I'm curious. Are they Earthbound or are they completely different?
It's the best I can tell you is it's a big universe. There are other humanoids, but not necessarily humans.
Huh?
I mean, these are just they were not as primitive as they were thought to be when the Earth forces invaded, trying to find a new home. And
So outside of the game, real quick, like, or maybe I don't know if we need to cut this out or not, but you had Mitch, you had sent a description of General Blue and like her background and stuff, and in that you had like named this race and everything. Are we not supposed to know that? Like, should I not reference that? We don't know that yet.
no, you know that. You guys know that because you talked with Blueberry and whatnot.
Okay, so we know they're called the Malavolians, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Oh shit! I don't think I knew that.
Good. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to be real goddamn silent and be like, yep, I knew it. I knew it.
And nobody reads the script for this damn campaign.
That's just
There's a
another
script?
example. Yeah, yes, sort of.
Oh shit! I've just been rolling with
What,
it.
you think I'm actually good at Dungeons and Dragons? No, my rolls are pre-gen.
No, not quite like that. I mean, I have a story that you guys are following, but ultimately you could have made your own decisions and ended up with a completely different game. I mean, regardless, the planet was screwed. You weren't gonna, like, you're not gonna live here the rest of your lives. You're not gonna grow old and retire on this desolate
I
hunk
mean,
of
a
rock.
couple of bad rolls, it would have been the rest of our lives.
I just wanted to buy a vineyard.
Aw, a B&B.
Best
Yeah.
of luck.
Oh,
Yeah, Space B&B.
Yeah.
A space vineyard. We're just towing a space station
Well,
around
you
in the
can't have
second season for
Airbnb,
him
so
to
it's
have
like
his.
it's like vacuum B&B.
All right. So anyway, let's circle back because Hajime didn't actually get a chance to answer that question. So, what do you got any like lore based questions or anything like that? I mean, you said that you kind of once I kind of gave away the first black box on that plane, you kind of had stuff going down. But like, yeah, what were you thinking there?
I guess not so much a lore question as a in your mind technical question. Because I'm sure people that listen, some people have at least seen Star Trek or something in their lives. As far as this tech's concerned, is it just 100% technology, or is there a little bit of organics? 'Cause I never broke one open to see what was inside the thing because we didn't want to kill anybody. But
Cool. So realistically, this is going to be a deep cut, but it's fairly apt considering that this manga and anime is actually about to celebrate its 40th anniversary. For those of you that have listened or watched or read anything by Zoids, this came from the first Zoids anime, Chaotic Century Zero, where they were basically kidnapping people and like putting them into the robots to fight for the Republic, and that kind of inspired these guys, at least from a technology standpoint. Basically, you're not pulling somebody out of one of those boxes. It is solely a digital copy of the mind that is been trapped and downloaded in some of the sarcophaguses that you guys have found.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, kinda. It's a gooey problem, and as Ricky discovered in the mines, when somebody is done serving their usefulness, they don't really need to be kept around.
Hashtag corpse pile.
It was a good day.
Oh, the pile.
It was a day. I don't know if it was good, but it was a day.
Look, I got a very visceral reaction out of several of my players during that scene.
I thought it was fantastic.
I consider that a good day.
Good can mean different things. It's
Oh yeah. So how about you, Isabel? I'm sorry, Jace. I'm still used to calling you guys just by the character names. I apologize for that.
yeah. I have a real name too sometimes.
Yes.
I don't.
Only sometimes though.
Isabel's real name is Jace, for those of you that weren't paying attention at some of the intros. So Jace, questions, comments, concerns about the world?
I'm always concerned about the world. You know,
Same.
So, something I have realized is I am the only person who hates the sound of their own voice enough to not listen to any of the episodes.
That tracks.
What was I complaining about in our messages a couple days ago? Because I realized I was wrong about something.
I don't know. You guys complain a lot. I ignore half of them.
It's true. It's fun to whine.
I am a model citizen.
That's not true.
Shut up.
I'm not
So-
sure. Can you narrow that down at all?
No, I don't. I don't think I have an interesting question because, like, I guess it's just like we're not on Earth, and we talk about in the Discord that like we're not breaking we're not breaking the laws of physics with faster than light travel.
Yes.
How the hell did we get to this not Earth solar system?
Well, your ancestors boarded a ship, shot their asses into space, and eventually colonized new worlds.
That's like several generations in that ship.
Yeah.
One of those sci-fis.
That probably
Right, like
smelled terrible.
Yeah.
We've never seen Earth, right? Like that's not something we've.
No.
Yeah,
You guys would. It would probably take you about 80 years of traveling with the technology that you currently have to get to Earth.
Okay, that's not as long in space as I thought we
Right. Like you
Okay.
got these ships move fast, but we're not breaking the faster than light travel rule.
Yeah, we are just sub FTL. We're not doing. We have not reached warp speed.
Exactly. I just got water up my eye.
I don't recommend that.
dude.
It's a bad place for it.
How do you?
Yeah.
It actually goes in your mouth.
I'm aware. It just my cup splashed.
Don't judge. He drinks water.
Just bats his eyes at the water.
Let's circle down to Ricky. Same question. You got any questions about the world building or the lore, or
I do.
just something you found that was kind of neat?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing's pretty neat. I really enjoyed being in the world, and I think we'll talk more about that later. But I have a question about. I think our world is called G908, right?
Yes.
And
Yes, it is.
Is that dead now? Like, is everybody who was on that planet dead?
They're not dead yet, at least as of the end of season 1. But that planet's not going to survive for too much longer.
Gotcha. And I think, and I can't quite remember because I haven't, because I think those episodes aren't quite out yet, but the very, very end, we were boarding our ship and whatever, and I think Verna was trying to make arrangements to get her family safe. So,
Yes.
like, did that work? Like, is our families are our families safe and stuff like that? Or is like
Maybe.
everybody we know and love gonna die real soon?
Maybe.
You have people that you know and love? Oh.
Oh my god, I'll fix it. I fix everything in this campaign.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
Hajime will just put them all into new robots.
Look, ultimately, it's a fairly large planet.
Yeah.
If they're not on this ship, they could be on other ships. But, I mean, you're trying to evacuate the entire population of a planet. Not everyone's going to make it onto things.
Yeah, I guess I know in the course of 7 years, Verna would definitely check on that. Like, her family is like one of her cornerstones, so I feel like that would be her number one thing. It's like, hey, are they safe? Are they cool? So I guess that was the other thing I was wondering is like then not just the people we know and love, but like just the overall the world that we had lived in and known. Is it gone? And it seems like pretty much yeah. Like it might not be gone yet, but we're never going back.
Oh, yeah, once that moon exploded, I mean, this planet was on a ticking clock.
Yeah. that's pretty heavy too, I feel.
All right. Before we hear from the new guy, let's hear from our editor.
The new guy.
You've been listening in.
Listening in, yeah.
What are you thinking? Yeah. What are you thinking lore-wise?
He's totes been paying attention.
So, yeah, I was going to say, I listened to each show just about 3 times, like mostly while I was recording, editing through, and then once it's published. But, my perspective is a little biased because I've been getting like some inside baseball from Mitch before the series started, during it, so I got to see a lot of behind the curtain stuff. But I was kind of thinking of an answer if you were going to throw it my way, and I don't know if this is much lore. I guess it is kind of along the lines of lore, but I would really like to see like Alpha Squad in its prime. I don't know if that's like information you have, like backstories, but I'd just like to see like some kind of like what was the adventures of Alpha Squad when they're like really doing it up. You know what I mean?
It was actually just cleaning trash off the highway.
So,
like, I want to see a comic book series of Alpha Squad.
So, without giving too much away, I have been talking with some of the team here, and we have a couple of ideas for beyond season 2 content if the demand for this world is still here.
Dude, I'm ready for it.
I will shoot down everyone's expectations right now. I will not, nor would I ever wish to play Bunny if we do something like this. I refuse.
No worries.
That will be the end of me in Storm Gaming Alliance. It's been great.
Now you have to. You've put it into recording.
Oh,
I put it in recording that I will not. Just pay
With
attention.
the comedy of it.
Wait, I can edit out the word "not" and have it just say "I will play Bunny."
Hey, yo.
No! I will listen to everyone's expectations right now, and I will play Bunny. Bitch.
All right. So, Chris, new guy, friend.
Hello.
I've known you for, I don't know, 20 some years now.
120 years.
And you have out of everybody here, you probably have one of the better insights into the way my brain works. What do you think of the world that popped out of it?
Gross.
I'd like a rephrasing, but I do like the question.
I don't want a rephrasing, but it was gross.
No, Chris and I have been friends since like middle school. Chris knows how my brain kind of operates.
We weren't even half mature when I met Mitch. Now
We're still not half mature.
Well, yeah,
Or maybe 1 point above 50%. Let's be honest.
we are half matured together.
We're like 6/10 now. Okay,
Yeah.
we matured a lot since in 15, 20
Yeah,
years.
like four thirds, definitely.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
So as a fan, because you obviously weren't part of season 1, what do you think?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was. I mean, it kind of gave me. Well, with the moon blowing up, it kind of gave me like sort of post-apocalyptic vibes, but in like and obviously like the future setting, like people weren't running around in rusted out, gas-powered vehicles anymore. But it kind of reminded me of like almost like a Mad Max, but set in the future, like way in the future.
I kind of dig that.
See, it kind of came
Like Gundam Mad Max.
See, it kind of came with a vaguely Western setting, and I was referring to it in my notes as Total Recall at the OK Corral.
That's actually not a bad description, really.
Yeah, I was thinking Trigun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just kind of reminded me of like it sort of reminded me of like, well, that's about the best I can describe it. Like Mad Max, but set in like a future setting with like giant mechs and stuff like that. So, there was. Obviously, it seemed like supplies are running low on a dying planet, but there was the Academy, which was trying to do the right thing, maybe.
So
but
basically,
everybody's fighting the clock. So
basically, the Army and Navy and the Air Force and all the armed forces that were on this planet, they're overwhelmed. They're fighting a war on all fronts. We're all just we got called up to the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did have one question, maybe because I'm not fully caught up with all the episodes, but the leaving the planet, like for the Academy, which is pretty much just the crew members that are left, right, according to the end of season 1.
Yes.
What is the game plan for the Academy? Are they just jumping the planet to find a new habitable planet, or maybe you can't say yet?
We're building a capital ship. We are making transports to get as many people out of here as we can.
Okay.
As of right now, the plan is to just not die. That's the best that I can give you. Hajime is working on some stuff, and during the break, Pat and I are going to have a couple of conversations about how that's going to come into play.
Okay.
Yeah,
And,
we're going to do it, grumbles and underpaid intern.
You know what? You shouldn't have become a main character if you didn't want to have to do the main character work.
We're the
Should've
players
just
in the game. We had to be the main character.
Should have just knocked yourself out on a bunk bed. I got out of all this crap.
I noticed.
Simply have a 10 in intelligence. Like, come on.
Remember,
I'm an artificer. I cannot have a 10 in
Remember,
intelligence.
Pat, you and me have the highest intelligence in the games. It just depends on how you choose to use it.
I didn't say my wisdom was high. My wisdom's almost garbage.
Yeah, I have quite the intelligence for a barbarian. 19. It's artificial, but, you know.
Artificial intelligence.
Oh no.
Sorry, it's...
Let's move ahead. We've just answered a couple of lore questions that we've had. Let's move to, how about some campaign highlights? I'll just go down through the list here, and we'll talk to some of you guys, and just tell me like the favorite thing you did, something that somebody else did that you really enjoyed. I spelled favorite really wrong in my notes.
Spelling is hard. It doesn't count.
No, it's Favoirtie. I'm not sure what
I thought
happened
you were
there.
just being kind of French for a second. Favoir.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what word that is.
I'm not
but
sure what happened there.
It's definitely not favorite.
Yeah, but it's weird because I also spelled it
It's my
correctly, like
favorite,
directly below it.
Oh my god.
So,
Proud of you.
Anyway,
Context.
Medically, I think they call that a stroke.
so Justin, listening in as you have been. Actually, for those of you that didn't catch it, Justin and our other editor and my cousin Zach, they were Alpha Squad during the special bonus episode that we put out somewhere around mid-season. So let's circle in here and have you answer the question based off of that episode.
Yeah.
So what was the favorite thing you did during that episode?
Well, I mean, for that episode, it was
Murder.
pretty much just infiltrate and destroy. It was like it was totally different from anything that I could have done in a game before, where it was like just be the most murder hobo you can, and that's what we did. Yeah. So
tell me, Justin, did you enjoy shooting up that school?
Oh no.
We might have to cut that out.
Oh, no.
Isolate the audio. Isolate the audio.
Like that audio.
Oh no.
Man, and
that one might
people
have
make
to go.
America jokes all the time, and this is why.
All right. Fine.
That's an age restriction. Let's go.
Let me rephrase that.
Go ahead.
Let me rephrase that.
I'm waiting for
when you guys when you guys led your assault and you brutally shot your revolver into that gymnasium full of children.
That's not better. Not better.
Hey.
Not
They
better.
weren't children.
That's still
Hey, yo,
age restriction.
we
That is
retconned it.
still
We're not
age
children.
restriction.
Hey, we retconned it.
Less detail, more. What'd you think of the campaign?
Oh, that's all staying in. Damn it.
Hey, we retconned it. They were 18.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Oh no.
But for real though, during that special episode of yours, what did you enjoy?
So, the funny thing, it was great just, knowing you're super overpowered and you're just going to, wreck no matter who's in your way. Despite it, weirdly enough, my favorite thing about the episode, listening back to it, is how, I could not land a hit on my memory's escaping. Who was I fighting in the lion mech?
Oh, Commander Woodrow.
Yeah, it was Woodrow, of course. But yeah, if you listen back to that, I just flop all of my rolls, and it may come across as intentional because he escapes and everything, but it was genuinely I was just doing so bad. I fall into the water. It was like, yeah. So as far as that episode, like me just floundering with all this power, just not landing anything was hilarious. But I gotta say, for the campaign, throw this in real quick. Probably my favorite thing was the Hajime / Pat's absolute crisis with Bunny. I mean, that's just, it'll live on.
Oh my god, you have the same thing on your list that I do.
Yeah, dude.
Wonderful. We will touch on that a little.
I'm sure, but I had to throw it out into ether, early on here. The Hajime von Frankenstein saga, or whatever the heck that was. It was just delightful to see that kind of
that was
terror.
That was a lot of fun.
Internal
I did enjoy
terror.
That is a descent into madness.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll throw something in here for the listeners. That entire time, I remember vividly because I was standing up, shaking my chair uncontrollably. But thank you, microphones. Justin didn't call me out on it.
There you go.
Wonderful. Cool. Well, then let's just move right along. How about Pat? What's your favorite thing you did in this campaign?
Oh, please say Bunny.
Favorite thing.
There you go.
Favorite thing I did in this campaign, or favorite thing in campaign in general?
The favorite thing you did to start.
Favorite thing that I did to start. Honestly, I didn't get to touch on it much, but my favorite thing is all of the notes I have for Wilson, or not Wilson, William, my mech companion. Yeah, no, he's supposed to be an all-purpose assistant, but I didn't have much use for him except for that one time we went through the halls clearing rooms.
Yeah.
But
He was a good boy.
I can throw that in there right now. He doesn't have an actual personality. He just has programmed responses for when things go against or for whatever I tell it to do. And he also has a cavity in the top of him for a cooktop because Hajime is a good cook.
I appreciate that.
I hate that.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't know, Pat's mech William was actually played by R2D2.
That's
I'm pretty sure
that's so far past canon. No, that's Disney's territory now. We can't start joking about that. They'll come for us.
Disney has snipers. We got to keep moving.
I do.
That's true. Yeah. All right. So that was the favorite thing that you kind of did. I did like William. William was fun to kind of entertain myself with. What's the favorite thing that someone else did?
Would definitely be Hacked Verna going apeshit on everybody.
Oh, where she got her facts.
Yep. Just clap, 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 and it wasn't even the right people half the time.
Well, Verna tried her best. It's all.
I think it's actually a split between that and every time we talked about the bird. And nobody knew what the hell we were talking about except for apparently me and Isabel because we both remembered Isabel's a bird.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I completely kept forgetting that Isabel was playing a bird.
I did too.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
It happens. Isabel. I'm sorry, Jace. That brings... you guys got to change your names back in here. It's really throwing me off.
Just be character names. They'll get to know who we really are.
Oh, yeah, the
Jace,
Discord also has character names. That's funny.
Yeah, because it makes it easier when we're doing in-game stuff, but as we're recording this as a not in-game session, it's really throwing me off. The only person that I'm not confused by is Ricky.
Is it because my profile picture is the pink stuff?
No, it's because your name on here is just Ricky.
I just changed it back.
Okay. Jace, same question. What's the favorite thing you did?
I'm coming back to the bit where we everything I've ever done disappeared from my brain. So I got to reboot.
I believe in you.
I'm not fixing that.
Hajime, get on it.
No, I've got a spaceship to build apparently.
And you need to build Allenby an arm.
That's easy.
Is it though?
But I think one of my favorite things that I ended up doing was when we were sneaking through the base, trying to get the hostages out. That dude I fully bludgeoned from behind with a pickaxe.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah, that was fun.
That was
That was the same time that Ricky tried to make friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have worked.
We were
It really
unsuccessful
shouldn't
at making
have.
friends. We did the opposite of making friends.
We wrecked house.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing that someone else did?
I think my favorite thing. I hope all of it ended up into the episodes, but when Ricky volunteered herself to help put together the defenses outside of our base for that last attack. And
yeah.
The character knows how to build defenses and stuff. Ricky did not.
No, that's not true. Ricky did know. But Ricky also just built a ladder. Like I was very impressed. Ricky was trying to come up with a way for her mech and other things to climb the walls and reinvented the ladder without realizing it.
Oh yeah.
Right. If there's a more difficult way to do something than it needs to be, I am on that.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Chris, obviously you haven't played. What? Give me one thing from this story so far that you've really enjoyed that one of these guys have done.
Well, I've definitely said it before, off recording, but it was definitely 100% Virna's killing spree. Like that.
Yeah.
That was so funny, especially because I feel like Ricky didn't exactly know 100% what she was doing.
Not at all.
She literally wrecked every single enemy, and then through a series of events turned on her teammate and was like, you know what, you're next. I don't know how to stop it, but you're next. And that was just
the windshield wipers and the nipples going. And...
that was the funniest scene, and it's still back.
So
The fact
a little behind the scenes bit of information here for those of you listening at home and Chris for the first time. That whole fight scene. So we recorded that all in one night. We just had to split it up for time's sake and whatnot. But Ricky was drinking that entire game. So the longer that session goes on, the drunker she gets, and you can kind of tell.
Now, if I would have known that, I would have taken so much longer on my turns.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely my favorite part. I was literally laughing at work listening to that episode.
Mm-hmm. It brings me joy. I do like listening to this.
Wrecking house, man.
Yeah.
I really should drink a bottle of Chardonnay more often when we play.
You were even drinking that bougie
bottle of
stuff.
Chardonnay.
All right, Ricky, how about, instead of somebody specific here, how about you tell me something that Rob did that you enjoyed?
What?
Okay.
Why am I in this?
All right, so one of my very favorite things that happened actually happened in the very first recording. So I loved so much the way cinematically the moon explosion cut to Achilles waking up and whacking his head on the top of the bunk bed. That sometimes I think about it like at work and I'm just in the middle of the day and I giggle and it's just weird, but sometimes it just happens and it's really funny. So I really loved how that all worked out because I appreciate that Achilles has his own sense of doing whatever he wants to do and not following the crowd. So he was the only one that went back to bed and it gave us this moment of gold.
Yes, that does in fact bring me joy when Rob completely ignores the story hooks that I set up.
Someone's got to.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, I knew.
Because in order for Achilles to ignore the story hook, Rob had to have paid attention to the story hook. Think of it that way.
Good point.
I was also asleep in my bunk bed.
Yeah. Having been to your house, I can confirm the bunk bed.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So much room for activities.
There is.
God damn it.
I got to say about Verna before we move on from her. I wonder how many people will be surprised hearing Ricky talk here compared to Verna, who has like a southern kind of accent. Is this the first time? Well, I guess no, that like in that first video with her, but you know what I'm saying? Like as far as the podcast land though.
Oh, maybe.
I think there was enough out of game conversations going on as well that might not throw too many people off.
Next season, new accents, everyone, all the time.
Yes.
Yes, laddie.
Oh, God.
No.
Everybody's French.
Next season, Hajime's French.
If you could change your fate, would you?
I will take the greatest person I've ever known, the voice actor who did the spy from Team Fortress 2. I will listen to all of his work and do a
use another French accent in a D&D campaign, I might riot.
All right. So, what was the favorite thing that you did, Ricky? What did you enjoy most?
Well, probably
Murder.
killing.
Yeah. All right.
So I have to say, though, on a more serious note, this is the first time that I ever played D&D. So it's pretty cool to, I don't know, to have that experience. I feel like I got on a baseball field and, like, I don't know, hit a grand slam or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it was really, really fun to have that level of luck at the very outset of playing D&D, because I was definitely like, oh yeah, this is real fun. I want to do this more. So, it was fun anyway. But yeah, I do. Here I go killing again. I do enjoy that.
All right. Rob.
Yeah.
Bringing us down to you. What'd you enjoy?
God, there was a lot of things I did enjoy.
Just give me a quick highlight reel for you.
All right. Favorite things, obviously, Verna's just bloodlusty killing spree was hilarious. I got to say, probably my top kills for the campaign definitely was that. Ahajime's minor aneurysm due to consciousnesses in boxes. The alien that Verna tried to make friends with, and then I had to rush with a boot knife. That was a fan favorite for me.
Verna tried.
And actually, what's his name? The mechanic who we had to save his brother, and his brother was just him, but with a mustache.
Warren
Yeah,
Madison,
that's it. That made me laugh. Just he looks like me, but with a mustache. And I was like, you're not doing this to me.
Oh, he did look like him, but with a mustache. They were twins.
Yeah. Like in my head, it was like a really poor mustache, like cartoon style. Like it definitely could have been the same dude, and he just snuck down into the mine shaft before we got there.
Maybe a little. It was they were loosely based off of Walter Goggins' character from Justified.
Okay, yeah,
Boyd Crowder. And Boyd Crowder's made-up twin for this season, who had a bad fake mustache.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd say those were definitely those were the top moments because that was pretty amusing. I did enjoy that.
Well, luckily, those guys aren't dead, and they will be in season 2.
Oh, nice.
Also voiced by R2-D2.
Yeah.
I want to add a shout out to Tank F, because that was one of my favorite parts.
Yes.
Frank George and that other guy.
The tank that refused to die.
Yeah.
But they did them's best. That's all I got to say.
I'm sorry, Fred George and that other guy.
Yeah, Fred George and that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, before we move on from favorite stuff here, I actually have a recording. So Zach, our other editor here, couldn't make it tonight, but he did record just a snippet to play for you guys. Just a real quick kind of like wrap up of his opinion. So
it's just him yelling at us about our bit rate.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. But so if you guys don't mind, I could play that right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I think this will work. Let's see.
Hey guys, it's Zach. Sorry I couldn't make it to the season wrap up this evening, but I did want to take a moment just to, just basically stop in and say hi. I had a really fun time listening to and editing this series so far, this first chapter. Mitch, just wanted to start off with you and say, great job in the world building aspect. Seems like you've got a pretty interesting story. All of your characters and players seem to be intrigued, so definitely good job. I know that at least Rob and Pat have had quite a bit of tabletop role-playing experience. So good job, guys, and thank you both for helping out some of the other players and helping out Mitch as we all kind of learned this rule set. Ricky, welcome to the channel. First D&D stuff. You did a great job. It's been a pleasure having you on here, and can't wait to see how your character develops through these next chapters. Jace, same story. I'm not sure what your tabletop role-playing history looks like, but you did a great job this chapter. Getting in season, I think that you really made your character come to life. So great job to the newbies, great job to the veterans. And yeah, I really think that's all I really have. Just wanted to stop in and say great job to everybody. And I guess looking here at the Discord, Chris, welcome to Mech-Reign. I guess we will see you in the next chapter. Thanks again, guys. And yeah, great job all around. Take it easy.
Aw, that was nice.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Friends are nice.
Friends
I
are
couldn't
nice.
hear any of that, so for all I know, it could have just been him swearing the whole time. I couldn't hear any of that.
Oh
When I
no,
pressed
it
play.
was just
Yeah.
complete
No, he
line
was-
of slurs. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of compliments until he started dropping like the racial profiling. It was-
Yeah.
I figured that might be in there.
Oh yeah.
Also for Zach's notification, if I understand this correctly, I was the first one to DM me, Rob, and Mitch through a game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I was the one who started this whole thing, so you can blame me.
First D&D
And
campaign and turned me into an addict.
I bit my tongue for this, but I just had to say when he said about Jace's tabletop background, I'm like, it looks like an indie store, because a lot of the games I've
looks
heard
like
him
an
play,
indie store,
I
let's
do
go.
not know exist.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I turned around to my shelf of things I own physically, and it's
Yeah, the website,
Not
the
it.
DMs Guild, it's basically that.
That's not inaccurate.
it's worse. It's .io.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that is something. I've run a couple of games before. I've played Pat's games. I've played Rob's games. They have all played a game of mine that I may or may not be launching for this channel when we're done with this. It's called Burning Seas, and it is a pirate adventure dealing with the Four Horsemen. And I'm gonna end up rebooting that here pretty soon, and hopefully some of these people will be interested in playing that.
Sign me up.
Yo ho.
I
Man,
mean, if I can reprise my character from the first run through, yeah, I'm definitely in.
You were the kobold, right?
Yeah, I was the kobold.
yeah. It's gonna be a total reboot, but yeah, I am not opposed to that.
I was part of that, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Cool.
Yeah,
My whole character was made just to piss Mitch off, and I feel bad about
and
it.
it did really well.
It did the job, yeah. But
Yeah.
Hey, while we were talking, not to go off the rails, but we actually had a commenter on YouTube
Yeah.
bring up the game Mech-Reign Zeta, which apparently is I never heard of it, but it's from Artal Saurian, and it's like a tabletop. Kind of like, actually not too far off from Mechanical Reign, but he was saying like about using that system. I was just curious, have you guys ever heard of it or played it or anything? Mech-Reign Zeta.
Jace, have we heard of it?
I've not.
Oh wow, that's
I
a
have
really
not done-
obscure one then.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm not opposed to looking into that, but I'd rather not switch things up too much for season 2.
Yeah, no, fair. I was more just kind of curious.
Yeah.
For most of this game, it's by Artillerian. Nice.
Yes, it is.
I have.
Oh, dude, even the cover art is old school. Fantastic.
Oh yeah. I've been staring at my PDFs of Lancer this whole campaign, just thinking, what if? Because that game is designed for spacefaring mech pilots. So it's another one in that kind of genre.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up. That's a shout out to Matt in the comments. Matt, I won't read off your whole username for just, I guess, privacy reasons, even though you're commenting on YouTube. But still, yeah, thanks for that kind of shout out there, Matt.
Matt
Translation:
Redacted.
He didn't want to butcher the name.
Oh no, it's actually a really great name. it's holding me back from not reading it out loud. But the first word in there is Matt. So yeah, there you go.
Fair enough.
So we kind of touched on this a little bit at the beginning of this. What'd you all think of the setting? I mean, because it's definitely not your typical sword and sorcery D&D game, obviously. This was all pretty much homebrewed and put together out of my own mind and anime influence. This is basically everything that like 9-year-old Mitch was in love with when he first started getting into sci-fi and robots and mecha and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you're a good writer, dude.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I like the world a lot, and your writing's good. I think
I appreciate that.
I think that's what Zach said in there. I did listen to his thing before he got into whatever slurs. I think didn't he say that? Something about writing?
Yeah, no, there was something about like the world was all right, but the fact that you let those and then we just let that cut out.
Dude, poor Zach, man. He puts in so much work to this show and this channel. That's what happens when you can't join.
Thanks for the work, Zach.
Yeah, Zach's one of the best.
Yeah, he's a real one.
Yeah, you all right.
Yeah, no chat GPT working for us.
But yeah,
the world's awesome.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy the world. It was it was just nostalgic enough of like, like you said, all the different mech shows growing up. So
yeah, I dig it.
I think I have like a slightly different take, I guess, because I didn't watch any of those shows growing up. I really have. Yeah. Like I know a lot of people who did, and I just never really got into it. But I mean, not that I didn't like them, but it just wasn't something that I was watching all the time. So, I mean, I had like, passing knowledge of them and like I know of the things that obviously that we were, because like when you reference Gundam and stuff, like I knew what you meant, but I still felt a connection with the world. Like I still felt like it was really accessible for me, and I thought that the different scenery of the academy versus the world outside of the academy was really cool. Kind of a neat little, like, I guess, metaphorical journey into, adulthood and maybe feeling that before you're ready, that call to action and stuff. So it was really, really cool. I like the story. I like the world and everything.
Oh, you're putting way bigger concepts into my work than I did.
English major.
Meanwhile, Mitch looking at his notes, big robots run fast.
You make that joke, but I do have a note very similar to that.
See mech run. Mech run fast. Run, mech run.
Mech big.
Yeah.
Sexy goblin?
It's a future one. It's sexy artificial intelligence.
Yeah, sexy AI.
Front butt?
AI is normally sexy, all right?
I'm picturing the note of the guy in the town called Sledge, where it's like a sketch of this guy, and it's like, oh crap, I need to figure out what his brother looks like. Just draws a mustache right on, and that's the extent of the notes for that episode.
100%.
So
Yes.
those guys weren't actually part of the original story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was originally going to be the old man at the bar, but nobody bid on his invitation there. So I had to switch to my plan B, which was these guys.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't remember his invitation.
So Addison was always going to be found in the mines, but he was originally going to be the son of the guy at the bar.
Oh.
But since nobody really interacted with anybody inside the bar, I had to obviously, throw somebody else together to get you guys down there.
What were the brothers' names again? That looked like similar.
Yeah, so they're twins. Warren is the guy who was building his own mech suit, and Addison was in jail.
Warren and Addison, and they're both from Sledge. That's where Waylon's from.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like I suggested that based on where we were.
Can Waylon be the third twin that looks like the other two except with a beard?
Oh my god.
You know what? I will let you be the estranged cousin.
Okay.
You guys saved my cousin.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's more of them.
Yeah, so for those of you that didn't catch it, the all the mining equipment was branded with RBI, and that stands for Rock Bottom Industries.
Oh, I thought it was Rockwood.
No, you're in Blackwoods.
Oh. I mean, I know that. So it's Rock Bottom, not Rockwood.
Rock Bottom Industries is the name of the mine that you guys occupied.
Right on.
Yeah.
Actually, that was going to be one of my world building questions, but I forgot before I asked it.
Yeah. Jace, I know you and I have very similar interests when it comes to like vintage anime and stuff. What did you think of everything I kind of set up here?
Listen, I love a giant robot. I'm looking at my few Gundams behind me. Mm-hmm. So like,
yeah, I know you and I talk model kits all the time.
Yeah, you had my attention. You know.
Yeah.
When you first gave the idea, it was my first thought was, okay, how can I make the Barbatos? You know? Like,
oh yeah, no, you were the first person that I had in mind when I came up with the concept for this game.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like Jace would love this. So, yeah. So let's get to the big question before we kind of wrap things up for the night. What would you have done differently, Justin? Would you have shot up that school?
Oh crap. To be fair, I was not in control of my well, I guess I was in control. Crap.
Yeah, I was just following orders. Doesn't work here, buddy.
Right. In your defense, you were evil.
I mean,
That's
technically,
true. You
we're just following orders. If it works for Blueberry, it can work for you.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I don't think it worked for Blueberry.
I mean, it did. She just went AWOL afterwards because reasons, I guess.
Moral problems with wiping out people.
Yeah, well,
Well, this also happens when you're charmed and you attack your colleague.
Look, because you have to follow every fax that your robot gets. No, but for real, Justin.
Yeah.
What? I know you weren't in too much of the game, but is there anything that you would have done differently had you actually been playing?
Oh man, that's tough because I was there to fill a spot, for that character. I know it's kind of out of the realm for me to like be playing in the game and knowing kind of the backstory stuff and editing and all of that stuff together. But man, I really would like to get in my own mech wood and design something sick. But yeah, so that's a tough question for me to answer.
All right, that's fair. That is no answer is an answer. Chris, yelling at the screen as you listen to this stuff, did you agree with all the decisions that these guys have made? Is there like, had you been part of this team, would you have maybe taken a different course of action?
Oh,
more war crimes.
Man, that is a hard question.
Yeah, we're not going to judge you on it or anything.
I say, well, no, like,
we're debating on where you fit into the hierarchy of the next session.
I honestly, I don't have a good answer formulated for that. I mean, how D&D, how D&D is. I mean, everything is very situational, and I mean, like just one roll could determine the outcome of something you wanted to do versus something that just you couldn't make happen. So I don't really have a good answer for that one. Not at all.
That's fair. I mean, like I said, it was you weren't actually there, so I was just curious if you had any input on something like that. Hajime, Pat, my friend, buddy. Would you have done anything differently?
Wouldn't have played.
Hey, yo. Wow.
No.
Wow. I have had nothing but nice things to say about you this entire game. Like, I've talked to Justin about you 100 times.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you.
No. It's
what
fine.
mental anguish can we put Hajime through?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I love having like midlife crises 12 times over in one show, but no. I think as far as things I would have done differently, and I may implement this in my playthrough the second season. We'll see how the story goes. But I think I'm going to use William a lot more in situations. Not because Hajime can't do it, but because I'm a squishy human and that thing is replaced in an hour. Like, go on, chew on the bomb. Everybody stand at a range. Let's just...
Oh.
I gotta start using the class skills more and not the actual tools and stuff. I mean, the tools are useful, but the reason I picked the class and everything is because I wanted to do the things that I forgot to do.
I get that.
Careful with William, man. You're gonna get pedo on us.
Jace.
if I could do one thing differently,
Yeah, would you have made any changes?
I would remember that I have class features, and I would use those class features.
I do love that that's half the theme for this campaign is my class can do what?
You know,
Yeah.
I would have, Jace, if I was making one change to the way you played, during that first fight, I would have actually hit something.
No, that's
Hey yo.
that's the dice. That's
That
my
was
fault.
that was a rough set of
Dirty.
rolls. That was
Here's
so
the thing.
like
Here's the thing.
even
I
felt
looked at
bad.
that and I was like, I understand it. I know how much it hurts, but damn,
Yeah.
it hurts worse watching.
I could have done something because I was
Mm-hmm.
a storm barbarian. I could have just made them take damage of return, but I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yep.
So good. It
Dude,
happens to the
that
best
has
of
to
us.
be one of my favorite lines from the show too. It was like I think it might have been during that, and unfortunately, it was before the time where I put like just clips at the end and beginning of the episodes. But Jay saying, "I'm going to hit it with my sword," like just like that for like the third time, dude. That was so funny. I love that one.
Willing the sword to hit the enemy.
I will say that was probably my second favorite part of the campaign. And wasn't that about the same time when...
Yeah. I feel
Yo,
like
that's when Ricky was popping off.
Yeah.
because then I fell back because I stole the kill.
And yeah, and then poor Jace is like, you know what? I'm gonna try to hit something for the 20th time. Like we've
Yeah, it
all
was-
been there, like when
Oh,
the
it was-
dice
yeah.
are just like, nope, forget it, not today.
That was rough.
My stats are very good now, so who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Maybe I'll roll above a 3.
I've got faith.
I believe in you.
Also, change your dice in D&D Beyond. Don't use the ones you've been using.
Yeah, that helps sometimes.
That'll help.
Ricky, you made any changes to the way you went about things?
Yeah, I probably will try to be better at it. I think
I'll try to perform more murders.
more killing. But no, I do think
So many
that
people are still alive.
Well, not for long. The planet's blowing up.
that's true. But no, I do think that I would like to get more used to the flavor, adding flavor to things and adding, in-world context to the things that I'm doing. I think that's super fun to play with, and it being the first time I've been playing D&D, it's been really fun to like figure that out. So hopefully I keep getting better at that. And then the other thing would be to make decisions a little bit faster.
Okay.
Try to, plan and do things a little bit smoother and better. And maybe hopefully be able to, once I'm more comfortable with what Verna can do and like everybody else said, what the class can do, like the class features and stuff and all that, relax into that a little bit more so that I can be more comfortable to like add flavor and add stuff like that.
All right. I like it. Rob, same question.
I don't actually
you
know
know
if I
what?
do
Different
anything
question.
different. Go for it. What do you got?
Where do babies come from?
All right, when a mommy mech and a daddy mech love each other.
No, you know what? That's too easy. Explain your place in the universe. You need some existential crisis.
On a top bunk with 0 clearance.
No, but for real.
I don't know if I do anything different. Like I really enjoyed playing the character the way I played him. Like I wanted to make somebody that was very good at what he did but didn't want to do it. And I
feel like
do
you nailed that.
I think I got that down pat pretty well. Because I didn't want to be part of, I didn't want to get involved in the Hajime von Frankenstein stuff. I didn't really want to help plan much of the battles. That really wasn't, and that's not Achilles' thing. He was sent here kind of as a last resort. So he's not happy about it. But he's made a few friends along the way, which is nice.
So did Hajime.
He's our local necromancer. But yeah, I don't think I'd do anything different. But I do kind of want to lean into his intelligence in the second season.
All right. Well, I will definitely try to put in some situations where that'll happen.
Help Haji makes some abominations.
Mitch, is there anything that you wish you would have done different, or what was your favorite part of the campaign? No one's asked you any questions yet.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed peppering all these little things in for Pat.
Yep. I knew it.
I really did enjoy that. It was never my intention to sort of make Pat the main character, but he has just such a way when he plays that it just kind of naturally, with the way the story progressed. Now, it's going to be different in season 2. It's going to be a very different setting, and it's not necessarily going to be what technological horrors are being reaped upon us. But no, I really enjoyed unfolding the story that Hajime took part in. It was cool. For something that I would have done differently, the blueberry reveal, there were a couple of places where you guys would have potentially found out more if you would have spent a little more time like exploring the school or talking to some people. And if you would have also gotten some of the backstory in the evil episode. Not that these guys would have, but I would have definitely peppered in a little more of Blueberry's backstory. I had a really cool thing written up for her, but obviously going forward, that's not going to play too much into it, if at all.
If we put it in the vending machine, we would have heard all about it.
Yeah,
Listen here. That
yeah,
vending machine was very mean to me, and I'm glad it's dying.
I have to say that my favorite joke bit of the campaign was Rob having an aneurysm trying to deal with the dealing with the drink dispenser in the room.
Oh yeah, talk about lore though.
Oh my god, the refrigerator. Oh my god.
How does that thing work? I think it was described as like you put 3 drinks in and one of them goes into a void or something like that.
Yeah, so it just kind of drops into like a universal cold section, like a refrigerator in the back. So if he would have pulled out one of the drinks, his other drink would have just materialized again.
Oh, that's hilarious. So it was there all along.
Oh yeah, no, it was there the whole time. If he would have loaded the whole thing, he would have just had fully cold energy drinks the whole time.
I stand by what I did.
That's fair.
That is one other
And
thing, though.
much like the vending machine, I'm glad that's dying too.
What do you mean that's dying? I need to get parts from somewhere. Of course I'm going to rip the school apart to make a capital ship.
If you put that fridge in my room, I'm airlocking you.
Somewhere. You just
Stronger
won't
than
know
you
where.
All right. Has anybody got any closing remarks they got for us before we kind of wrap up here?
I just want to say this has been a super cool experience, and I feel like it's been really super neat to go back and listen to some of the things, because there are moments that I had forgotten, and then when I go back and listen, I'm laughing out loud to myself about it, or whatever. So it's been super fun, and thanks everybody for playing, because this is really cool.
Yeah, no, this was really fun. Keep doing fun things. Keep making Space World.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to say I am fleshing out my character, and I'm pretty excited to play him and bring him into the channel. I hope he's gonna entertain everybody. It should be a good time.
Last fun fact for the audience: when I was told Chris was jumping in, my first sentence was, "What kind of barbarian is he making?" And I was correct.
You were correct. Hey, listen, in all my other campaigns, I play magic users, so I got to get my barbarian stuff out when I can.
Wait, every other one? The only other campaign I've been in with you in, you played a barbarian.
Well, I played a monk, didn't I?
Yeah. Chris was a drunken monk dwarf.
Mm-hmm. And then my main campaign, I'm a dwarf druid, and then here we're gonna be.
I'm noticing a theme here.
What barbarian did you end up picking, by the way?
We'll go into all that in a later episode. This is just kind of a wrap up session here.
Fine. Keep your secrets.
Chris, I was thinking of Grimbane, by the way.
Huh?
I was thinking of Grimbane.
Chris didn't play Grimbane.
Yeah, he did.
Chris didn't play Grimbane.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah, remember?
I don't think Chris did. No.
Yeah, it was at your house. This can be cut out, but
Chris
yeah.
Did not,
yes, he did.
no, Chris did not play He did not. It was you, me, Megan, Avery, and
Chris.
Josh.
the neighbor kid. No, the neighbor kid.
Yeah, dude.
And Josh, don't forget.
Oh, yeah, and Josh.
Avery did DM for me for like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, you played that metal guy.
Was that Grim?
Yeah, that was Grimbane.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, okay, I did. Yeah. But it was only like once or twice, because Avery was my DM for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's going back a ways.
See, all this will get cut out because everyone's like, "What the fuck is a Grimbane?"
Yeah.
Ricky is like, what the fuck is a Grimby?
It's a horrible hellscape of a realism D&D campaign.
If it doesn't get cut out, if you all go back to the episode where I had my aneurysms, that's the whole campaign. It's not just one season.
But and instead of 20, it's for 30 levels.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's get back on topic here.
Indeed.
Yeah, space, the final frontier.
Well, we don't have the rights for that.
Shit.
Yeah. Space, that place above us sometimes.
Space,
Sometimes.
we keep fucking going back.
All right, Justin.
Yeah, I got to say, every time, even though I'm not vocally in the campaign, well, sometimes I pop in, but most of the time I'm not. But even still, like, I'm still the guy who hits the upload buttons. And I got to say, every time I do, like, there's kind of like a sense of pride to it. I'm like, I know this is good. You guys did a great job this whole season here. I'm so glad we get to put this out into the universe, So, yeah, well done, everybody on your end.
Aw, are you proud of us, Dad?
We'll have to fix that for next season.
I'm so ashamed of this now.
Yeah. First season, I have so much hope. Second season, that's where it stopped.
Yeah. But
Well, awesome work on your end too.
Yeah, it's been super fun.
yeah.
You and Zach are I mean, I don't know. I feel like the editing has to be such a challenging thing to do. I don't know. I don't do editing of anything, but I just feel like messing with all of our vocals and then cutting out the things that we say that we thought we muted and then didn't.
Oh,
Or,
man,
as the top of Verna's note says, us chuckle fucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's a fun piece of trivia. Does anyone want to guess, if I haven't told you guys already, does anyone want to guess how long it takes to do one episode of Mech-Reign from like raw files to YouTube, audio, like just everything's uploaded? Like the full, just one episode. How long does that take?
It's gotta be so long.
16 hours?
I'll say 20 hours working.
Of one episode?
Day and a half.
I will say, from a standpoint where I have absolutely had to cut audio and video to make a YouTube video, I'm going to say it probably takes you about 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Not at one time, but over a course of
6 hours is the
however
quickest we've gotten one done. So that's for
That sounds right.
about an hour, like half hour to an hour episode. 6 hours up to like 8. I don't know if we ever got to like 10, but certainly like a full day of just chopping. Just
Yeah, because I don't separate my audio for YouTube, and it takes me probably like 4 or 5 hours to make one video.
Yeah. But even after the audio is done, it takes like an hour or so to get the graphics for YouTube ready to go. But yeah, so there you go.
Usually takes me about an hour, but that's because I just do the recording.
Ooh,
How'd you
Brother.
make? Pat, do you got any closing remarks for the people listening at home?
He's just trying to raise a family in peace.
I had like a bajillion things to say, and then they all just kind of skipped out the window for some reason. I mean, aside from the fact that this is a diverse, we'll call it, group of people. It's not just everybody picked one thing and good soldiers follow orders, yada yada. There's a good amount of chemistry that I hope we'll see again in season 2.
Yeah. Jace?
Nah, I'm crashing the ship.
We're gonna fly into the sun. It's gonna be great. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see where season 2 goes. It's been fun.
Well, that about brings us to the end here. Thank you all so much for listening in and joining this story that I've been telling for the last 16, 17 weeks now, something like that. We are very happy to announce, if you haven't gathered, that there is going to be a season 2. It is currently being written, and hopefully we will start recording sometime in January. So if you want to go ahead and like and subscribe to the Storm Gaming Alliance podcast network and YouTube, and go ahead and follow us on Twitter or X, whatever it's being called this week. We will have more information for you soon. Thank you all.
Should we say bye, or are we just going to leave it on that?
Oh, I stopped recording, so.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Nice.
I didn't, so goodbye, everyone.
Yeah. There's our end clip. Let's go.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There's our ending.
Please leave that.
100%.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Wait, I
perfect.
didn't stop recording. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes, absolutely.